Love is not a fight. It is a war. There are two types of cheating. There's the physical cheating and there's the emotional cheating. Emotional cheating will forever be so much more of a violation of your relationship than physical cheating.
I always tell my friends, what's cheating is whatever you can't do in front of your partner.
Do you believe that once a cheater, always a cheater?
Okay, in general, people have the capacity to change.
Obviously.
I believe that. Just because you cheated once doesn't mean you'll continue cheating. But then again, there's also the evil side of people that once they cheated and then they were forgiven, they'll try to do it again because they feel like they'll just be constantly and continuously forgiven. The second one is you have to kind of figure out, where does the cheating come from? Here's the difficulty with modern day dating.
Yes, tell me.
For us, we put so much of ourselves in that relationship and we consider it as a real relationship.
Yes.
We didn't need a formality of any sort because we thought that was obvious. We're spending so much time together. We're together. People think that we're together. People could say that, yung dalawang yan mag-boyfriend, girlfriend. Even if we didn't have that official statement between the two of us, we assumed that this was something that was sacred already. And that's the problem with modern dating.
Yes, and we are in a time now where I think that we need to understand when we say that you are in a relationship. If you guys are in a relationship, whether it is courting or you guys have an understanding, it's so weird that we are adulting, but only now we are really using the MU status. We are looking at what the understanding of a relationship is nowadays. And that is the only way you can understand what the understanding of cheating is.
Yeah. And that's why it's tough because
you were smart. You defined it perfectly. Immediately, you said, all right, I like this. Married. There is legal binding of what that is.
And here's the thing. When Juancho wanted to court me, I laid down my boundaries for him. And I asked him straight to his face, the next relationship that I'm gonna get into, I want that to be something that leads to marriage. People call me crazy, right? I sound like a crazy person. I sounded like a crazy person, definitely. But I was so tired of modern dating that I wanted to go back to the old school dating where I knew that this guy was pursuing me with the intention of marrying me one day.
You know what? To be completely honest, yours is not the old school. You were in like 30-30 relationship already. You were not in 2020 dating, you were in 30-20 dating already. Because you were smart enough to make sure from the get-go, this is what I want, this is what you want. If it's not connected, if it's not on the same plane, forget it.
And that's also why Juancho and I had premarital counseling 4 months into the relationship. Because we were talking about it. I was like, okay, if we want to get married, now pa lang, we should talk about the things that could get in the way in the future, right? So in premarital counseling, we talk about, do you want to have children? Have you ever cheated on anyone before? Like things that could actually end your relationship if you guys don't agree with that.
To tie it back to our conversation, I think that what you need to do, or whoever it is that's in this type of situation, you need to lay it all out. You need to talk to your partner. But if both of you can't come to an agreement on where you guys are, whatever the situation is, that's when things need to change.
That's right. It's better to find out now that it's early than down the road, honestly. Take it from us.
Yeah, and again, do not ever say, sayang naman yung 5 years. Sayang naman yung 3 years. Because mas sayang yung 6 years. Mas sayang yung 7 years.
Mas sayang yung the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Trying to make something work that could have possibly not worked pala from the very beginning. You could have known that naman pala. We're not saying that you should easily give up on people.
No, not at all.
You shouldn't. You should try your best to work things out as long as the other person is also willing to do the same. being married now for a couple of months, I realized that love really is just sacrifice. It's always putting the other person in front of you. It's giving them your food, giving them the clothes on your back, giving them all the comfort in the world, hoping that they're willing to do the same for you. That's it.
Love is not a fight, it is a war. You don't want to go through it alone. That's why there's two of you. And there are other people that come along the way. Now, if you're going into a war by yourself, you're never going to win.